Inspired is giving up a bit too much information, also thanks to Odoamne, and Elyoya is reacting to that and therefore playing the map better.
Right, so when the jungle matchup started, Odoamne leashed the red buff, allowing Elyoya with a stronger jungler to know exactly what Inspire is going to be planning. A full clear is almost natural at this point of the jungle meta. So we see, well, right now we're going into the replay of the double scuttle, but Elyoya knows Inspire is going to be here, so all he's doing is waiting for Mad's bot lane to get the push back, win the all-in fight here, and all he's doing is dancing with Inspired, making sure that Inspired can't influence the winning bot lane of Mad. Now, whether it's winning or not is something I'm not 100% sure of, but they managed to win anyway. Same thing in the mid matchup. I don't think it's actually winning for the victor, but thanks to some great play individually from Mad Lions in the early game, they managed to get a nice advantage in bot, mid, and jungle.
And I also have to praise my analyst here because this is exactly what you talked about before, right? Inspired being a fantastic jungler, but Elyoya being willing to take a bit more risks here and there.
I think what's impressive is that it showcases Elyoya has many similar characteristics to Inspired, and they both do a great job of being able to read the map. But I also really wanted to highlight how well Humanoid was playing that mid matchup, because Victor in those first 3 levels are very crucial for him, and the way in which he was able to set up the wave and pressure Larson in that 1v1 matchup is something that we don't often see from him, but he played it very well, and it allowed for what could have been a huge early game snowball in favor of Mad, which is exactly what they needed to do with their comp.
One thing to highlight in this matchup is on the first recall, Victor grabs the Doran's ring, which obviously gives him immediate power in the lane, whereas Orianna is a tier champion. She grabs the tier against the Doran's ring, and he leverages all the way to like almost 20 CS lead in the mid lane matchup.
Indeed, and the early game was then better for the Mad Lions, even with the choices they made, but it gets to the team fights. We talked about it so much, and we wanted to take a look at the third Drake fight, which was so incredibly important. And Bwipo, you wanted to put our attention on specifically the choke points and the possibilities in position.
Absolutely. Now, Inspired going in here, the thing is, Armit's on the side looking for a flank, rather than looking to zone off this choke point with Humanoid. As you can see right now, Armit's on the side, not together with Humanoid, which means as this team fight is going to start, Trimmy's going to flash in on Humanoid. If you can roll the clip right now, you're going to see him flash in. Armit's nowhere to be found. He's not stopping Larson and Hans from following up on the Trimmy engage. Even gets caught up in the mix, one shot, and that's going to be all she wrote for the Mad Lions.
So as a Gnar, are you suggesting he goes over the blue wall, for instance, or what should he have done?
I think he either fully commits for the flank, or he stands his ground next to Humanoid, ensuring that if Trimby flashes in on Humanoid, he can jump over Trimby and ensure that there's no follow-up onto the victor.
The most important thing to remember with any Drake fight is choke points. That's why so many teams will fight for priority over mid, so that they have easy access to the river, because no one wants to go through those narrow choke points. And what you then need to leverage is the power of your champions to make it as impossible to go through as possible. And Humanoid did a great job, and what I think